Calon Kids, we are ready to do another craft session. So go get your paper, you need green paint, black and white paint, and then get ready to start our Palm Sunday craft, where we are going to do a lot of printing, a lot of mess, and we are going to have a fab time. So I hope you're ready to start and got everything you need. So first of all, we're going to actually move away from the table and do our first bit of painting on the floor. But what I've done already is I've mixed the black and the white together, which obviously makes grey. And I've mixed it already in my pot, I don't know if you can see here, to make a grey colour. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put this onto our foot. So move away from the table now and go to the floor. What you need to do then is you need to put your paper on the floor. Once your paper's on the floor, grab your paint and you paint your foot. Make sure you put lots of paint on and you cover the whole foot. You might need Mammy and Daddy to help you with this bit. That's it. And once you've covered all your foot, you're ready to make your print. Carefully put your foot down onto the paper as hard as you can so that all the paint comes off onto the paper. Now you might need to hold the paper down because it'll probably come up with your foot. Gently pull your foot off the paper and you should have a nice grey footprint. If there's not much paint come off, perhaps you need to put a little bit more on and repress it down. Have you got your footprint? Okay, we're ready to go back to the table. So once you've got your footprint, we are now ready to do the handprints. So this time you need green paint. So I've put my green paint in already. If it's a bit dark, you can add white to it, entirely up to you. But exactly the same as we did with the foot, you need to paint your hand. So put your fingers together to paint, and then we are going to just paint all over the hand. Make sure it's all covered. Then what we're going to do is we're going to spread our fingers out this time, and we're going to put our prints down. So put some more paint on if you want, because it does come off easily onto the paper. Another print, and then another print. So that's what you should end up with. So once you've done your last handprint and you've got, so basically keep all the green handprints to one side, then we are ready to wash our hands before we touch our paper. So take some time anyway because this needs to dry before we finish it off, okay? So once your picture's dry, you're ready then to kind of finish it off. And what we're going to do is, obviously, if you haven't guessed already, the handprints are the palm trees, and your foot is going to be the donkey. So what you need to do with the same colour that you did your footprint with, you need to finish off your donkey. So put some paint on your paintbrush, and what you can do then is you can fill in the shape of your foot. So follow the guidelines of your foot. And this is why it's got to be dry, because otherwise, obviously, the green paint is going to smudge. Then you need to do the donkey's ears. So all you need to do again with the same colour paint, put your ears on your donkey. Donkeys have quite big ears, so make sure they're nice and big. You can use your big toe this side to be the ear. So now you might want to leave it dry before you start adding on your donkey's face. If your fingers haven't printed very well, what you can do if you want to is just fill those in a little bit to try and keep the shape of the hand, because you still want to see that it's been a handprint, but you can fill in the gaps if you need to. So while we're waiting for this to dry, let me tell you the story of Palm Sunday. Jesus was with his disciples and he asked them to do him a favour. What he did is he asked them to go to the next town. He told them exactly where they would find a donkey tied up. He said, untie the donkey and bring the donkey to me. And he said, if anybody asks you, what are you doing? Because, you know, these strangers turning up in a town and almost stealing a donkey. Jesus said, tell them the Lord needs him and he will be returned. So the disciples did exactly as Jesus had asked. They went to the next town. They found the donkey exactly where Jesus had said it would be. And just like Jesus said, the owners came out and said, whoa, what are you doing? That's my donkey. And the disciples said to them, don't worry, we will return it. The Lord has need of him. And so they allowed the disciples to take the donkey. The disciples brought the donkey back, put their coats over the donkey, and Jesus climbed onto the donkey and led the way into the city of Jerusalem. Now, this road that they'd travelled on was well known to them. Jesus had travelled it a lot when he was a little boy with his mother and father, Mary and Joseph. He'd also travelled it along with his disciples, but today was very different. There was nobody passing by or anything like that. Today, there was a crowd waiting for him. You see, the people had heard that Jesus was coming into the city. And because they had heard and maybe even seen a lot of the miracles and things that he had done, they could not wait to greet him and cheer him in. So they ran to the city gates, they ran to the road, and as Jesus, followed by his disciples, was coming down the road, the people started taking their coats off and laying them down on the road in front of the donkey. And for those people who didn't have coats, they ran and grabbed palm trees and lay them down. Exactly like, I suppose, what you would do if the king or the queen was coming to your house. You would roll out the red carpet. They do it for celebrities, don't they? Anybody important coming, they put the red carpet out. It is to show respect and honour. So there they all were, laying their coats down, laying the palm trees down, cheering, waving, so excited because Jesus the Messiah had come. They were shouting, Hosanna, here is the Lord, he's come. Basically, Hosanna means save us. So what they were saying is, Jesus, the Messiah, come and save us. They were so happy. And that's why it is sometimes called the triumphant entry into Jerusalem. It was such a good day. It was such an exciting day. The people were so happy to see Jesus come into their city. That is why we do palms and donkey pictures, because it's all to remember that day when everybody just cheered Jesus along as he rode on his donkey. Now we need to finish off our picture and finish off the donkey's face. So we've got some more colours going on here. We've got black, white, and I've also mixed some more grey, but this time it is a lot lighter, and you'll see what I mean when we start to paint. So what we need to do is we need to give him, because donkeys have some hair on their head, so we need to give him some hair. So see where the toes are, that's where we're going to put his hair. So we're going to put his hair in black. So cover that bit there. We're also going to do his ears, the donkey's ears. And we also need to do his eyes. So now we're going to do his nose, and this is where the lighter grey comes in. So as you can see from my paintbrush, and when I paint now, it is a lot lighter to the face. So what we do with this is we put white, and then mix a little bit of black in with it to make the lighter grey. We paint his nose. So can you see? It's lighter than the rest of him. So we need to paint his nose at the bottom of the foot. Just like that. Then we need to give him some nostrils. So again, wait until the nose is dried and add his nostrils. So we put one there and one there. And then the same for the whites of the eyes. So we put a little blob here and a little blob here. And so our picture is nearly done. The only thing we have to add now is what they cheered when Jesus rode past. Do you remember what it was? It was the word Hosanna, which means save us. So before we paint that on, leave it dry completely, because otherwise it's just going to smear all over. So give it a good half hour, leave it dry, and then come back. But in the meantime, choose which colour you want to write Hosanna with. So once your craft is dry, you can then go to paint Hosanna. Now I've chosen to use red, but you can use any colour you want. So get your paintbrush ready, and it just goes across the top. So it's ha, o, s, a, n, n, a. Exclamation mark. So now we finished our picture. Hosanna with the donkey and the palm trees, all ready for Palm Sunday tomorrow. So please, if you've done one or if you intend doing one the next couple of days, get it up, get Mammy and Daddy to help you put it on Facebook and hashtag Calon Kids, because we would love to be able to give you a shout out next week. So make sure you get your pictures up so we can see them. So that's it for this week. Next week we'll be doing more Easter crafts. So make sure you come and join us next Saturday at 3 o'clock. Bye.